drive, I can get sidetracked pretty easily. So, but the tracking is great, you know, and having everybody in the database and contact. And our biggest business comes from our sphere and our team sphere. You know, that's the largest amount of our business. It always has been. So we're trying to, you know, diverse out a little bit, and we are getting some new websites built as well right now currently. Hopefully it'll be done in the next couple of weeks to kind of hit into that market a little heavier as well.
Well, great. Thank you, David. I want to welcome Rachel. She is not late. We started a little early, so I just want to make that note.
Thank you.
She's like, Rachel, I'm going to go ahead and just give you the 2 questions. You only missed one. And how much time do you spend on lead generation per day?
3 hours.
3
calls
hours.
a day. I'm not perfect. There are days where I get off track, or you know, my kids are home from school right now, which makes it a challenge. But consistently, it is 3 hours a day in the morning, and I start 8 to 11.
Very good. Thank you. What is your system for capturing and converting leads that you receive?
As far as the buyers, our sign calls, we started the e-property system soon. That's a different type of system because it's text instead of a phone call. So I'm kind of excited to try that and see how it works. But I mean, my motto is just fanatical about the lead follow-up. We do a lot of internet marketing and Zillow and different websites, Realtor.com, all of that everybody does. But the real key, I think, is the follow-up and just being relentless. And the buyer's agents on my team are required to follow up with each lead 5 times and before they determine if it's dead, or if it's in progress. Say the lead comes in at noon and they didn't have a chance to try with that lead. At the end of the day, they send a sheet on how many times they contacted that lead, and so we know if they gave it their all. As far as my system, since I spend a lot of my time lead generating, I'm on the phones in the morning. We do systems where we don't have to think about it. I have a response for a FSBO, appointment set. Everything is canned, so you just copy and paste. We have it color coded. Lynn gets the scan. I do all my prospecting from home, and that way we don't have to think about it. We just send it off, and it's my job just to keep following up with them. I'm pretty traditional as far as I use technology, but I like keeping those leads handy so I can see them, and I put them in a category for the day. I have a file. It's just real basic.
Very good. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to start back over here with Bill. We just got a couple more questions. How do you set your goals?
Well, I think that changes, at least for me, it's changed throughout my life for what stage of life I'm in. When I started in 1993, I had a lot different set of goals and what I needed to accomplish than I have in 2011. So, I just look at what I need to do and accomplish that year, and again, like I said earlier, if I come to work every day and do what I know how to do every day, then the business plan is set up to achieve what I need for that year.
Very good. And what do you think your biggest obstacle is achieving your goal?
Rob Meinhardt in the bullpen. I don't know, everything else everybody else has, kids, life, screw around time, I really try not to look, sometimes for me at least, you can get thrown off if you have a good month or two and then you get lazy and you don't do what you should do. And so I've always really tried to concentrate my goals on the amount of transactions I'm doing and not the amount of money I've been paid, because over the year the averages will work themselves out and your commissions will be what your commissions will be, and as long as you get to your transaction goal, then you're going to make good money. But if you start looking at, well, last month I made a lot more, a lot of money, and it's easier to slack off. So I try to keep it as numbers oriented other than money as I can.
Great, thank you, Bill. How about you, Renew?
I think actually if you make money, then it propels you to do better. You can't you don't slack off. The better agents can keep getting better because of that, because they're just motivated. But my goals, I feel like I'm well taken care of, but what I do now is just to feel good about how much I make in my life. And if I do a certain number, then, you know, if it's around there, then I'm good enough. There is no set goals. This year I just want to make it. I just have been slacking off for the last 2, and I need to come back to where I was, which, which just happens if you work just that much. So I need to do that, and the biggest weakness is technology. Can't handle it. Don't understand it, don't come to your classes. I feel like I'll be I need a laptop, I need this, I need that before I come do anything, but one thing I realized, I was gonna quit this business like some time ago. I just had it because I'm like, I don't get anything. And I just realized I won't even get a job anywhere because I don't know computers. So I'm gonna stick it out and make it work. So that's my motivation. That is truly it.
Quite the motivation. Thank you. How about you, Steve? How do you set your goals, and what do you think the biggest objective is to achieving your goals?
Setting goals is, I'm pretty damn competitive, and so I've always kind of set the goals on, okay, I need to hit this number, and that's never worked for me because I've never hit that damn number, and so I just get really ticked off at myself, and then I take it out on my team, and then, it's just not fun. So, I even sitting up here, I go back to what did I start at the beginning of the year, and the goal was how many leads could we bring in, and I've started falling off of that. I need to get refocused, and that's what the biggest thing that gets in my way is me. I mean, I get in my way of our team hitting the goals because I start taking a look at, okay, we're not hitting these goals fast enough. What else can I do? What new crap can I bring into the business? What can I pay for to get something in? And at the end of the day, it really comes down to getting in front of the people face to face and voice to voice and doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is getting face to face and voice to voice with our people. Even door knocking, he's been door knocking religiously. I just, last couple days I've been doing that, and I actually feel like I'm doing something in the real estate business. And when I feel like I'm doing something, I know that phone call is going to ring and I'm going to get a listing appointment, even if I didn't get it from the guy that I door knocked. So I really need to get refocused on how many leads that we're being able to produce, because as a team leader, that's my job. My job is to make sure that we have enough leads coming in and that we know what to do with them when they do come in. And yeah, I can go out and get Zerple and Zillow and all these different websites, but if I'm not focused on making sure that we're following up with those people consistently 5 times before they're dead, I love that. That's how to run the real estate business and not let it run you and wait for something to fall in your lap, because we're all doing that. We're all guilty of that. I was in Dominican and I was hoping something would fall in my lap and nothing did. So that was a great time, but halfway through it I'm like, well, what's my June looking like? And then, I get into the office and I see, we've got only a couple of short sales getting ready to close in June. And then I'm looking out in July, okay, what's next? And we've got some quarterly goals that we're trying to hit. And you know what? We've got to go out and do some work to make sure that we hit this quarterly goal, because hell, we're almost halfway through the year.
It is going quick.
Halfway through the year.
Well, thank you, Steve. And to you, David?
My goals, the way I look at them, has changed through the shift in market a little bit. It used to be on production and volume, sales volume. Now it's on monetary, paying the bills goal set up. So it really has changed quite a bit. So what we did was look at it as far as what we need, as far as say survival mode, as far as paying house payments and bills and everything we're going to do, and then extra for savings and now kids' college and everything else that we have coming on the line. And we divide it out by our normal, what our average commission is now, which is 2.5%. So it's changed a little bit in that number. It used to be 3 always, so I take it out of 2.5%, and my sales volume, or my average sales price has gone down quite a bit too, by $100,000.